What if your life is not broken? What if it is simply running old software? Because the scariest prison is not the one with walls. It is the one you cannot see. In The Matrix, Neo, played by Keanu Reeves, believes he is living a normal life. He wakes up, goes to work, follows the rules, senses that something is wrong, but he cannot explain it. Then Morpheus shows him the truth. The world he thought was real was actually a program. Now, let's bring that home. Most people are not trapped inside a computer simulation. They are trapped inside emotional simulations. They are not seeing life as it is. They are seeing life through the programs they received before they even knew they were being programmed. A child does not come into this world with money mindset. A child does not come in hating their body. A child does not come in believing I am not enough. A child does not come in afraid of love, afraid of success, afraid of God, afraid of being seen. Those things are downloaded, not always through words, sometimes through silence, sometimes through a father's anger, sometimes through a mother's fear, sometimes through religion without love, sometimes through poverty, sometimes through school, sometimes through a culture that teaches you to obey first and question later. That is the Matrix, not a movie, a pattern. Now, a word of honesty. You may have heard people say 95% of your life comes from subconscious programming from the first 7 years. That is powerful language, but we should not wash up numbers just because they sound spiritual. The truth is this: your first 7 years matters deeply. Your brain is building its basic map of safety, love, identity, trust, and reality. But you are not doomed by your childhood. You are shaped by it. There is a difference. A program is not a prison unless you never question it. This is where spirituality and science shake hands. Science says early experiences shape your nervous system. Jung said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Buddhism says we suffer because we mistake illusion for reality. Christianity says, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Islam speaks of the fitra, the original purity beneath distortion. Hinduism speaks of samskaras, impressions left on the mind. Different languages, same truth. You are not your programming. You are the awareness that can observe it. And the moment you can observe the program, you are no longer fully possessed by it. Let me make this personal. Growing up, whenever I asked my parents for McDonald's or KFC, just a simple treat, the kind every kid wants, the answer was always the same. That food is not good for you. But I knew. Even as a kid, I knew. It was not about the food. It was about the money. My parents worked multiple jobs. Every dollar was earned and budgeted. There was no road trips, no vacations, no spontaneous treats. Not because they did not love us. They loved us deeply. But you could feel it. That quiet, unspoken tension around money. Not loud, not dramatic, just present. Like a low hum you never stop hearing. And I absorbed it. So when I got to college, then corporate, I had money. But I could not spend it on myself. Not even to treat myself. Save, save, save. But for what? For who? That was not wisdom. That was the program running. It took a conscious decision. Not an affirmation. Not a vision board. A deliberate, uncomfortable choice to buy something nice, just for me, just because I could, to begin breaking that cycle. Small, but real. That is what rewriting the code actually looks like. Think of a child like a brand new phone. Before that phone can play music, open apps, or connect to the world, something has to be installed. In the same way, before a child can consciously choose beliefs, the child absorbs beliefs. If the home says, "Be quiet," the program becomes, "My voice is dangerous." If the home says, "Only perfect gets love," the program becomes, "I must perform to be worthy." If the home says, "Money is always stress," the program becomes, "Wealth is unsafe." If the home says, "God is angry, the devil's always watching, and you are one bad thought away from eternal fire," the program becomes, "Life itself is watching to punish me." Then that child grows up, starts a business, gets married, prays, meditates, buys books, goes to seminars, but the old code is still running in the background. So success feels unsafe. Love feels suspicious. Peace feels boring. Visibility feels like danger. And instead of asking what program is running, most people say, "This is just who I am." No, that is not who you are. That is who you became to survive. And this is where the red pill begins. The red pill is not conspiracy. The red pill is responsibility. It is the courage to ask, who taught me this fear? Who benefits from me staying small? Is this belief true or just familiar? Am I choosing this life or repeating one I inherited? Because awakening is not floating above the world in white clothes pretending nothing bothers you. Awakening is seeing clearly. It is catching yourself before the old program speaks. It is noticing when your body says, "Run," even though love is standing in front of you. It is noticing when your mind says, "I cannot," even though your soul knows, "I must." It is noticing when you call fear intuition, when really it is just trauma wearing spiritual clothing. Here's the hard truth. Some of what you call personality is protection. Some of what you call logic is fear. Some of what you call peace is avoidance. Some of what you call being realistic is just a childhood program defending itself. But here's the beautiful truth. If it was learned, it can be unlearned. Not overnight, not by pretending, not by posting quotes, not by saying, "I am healed," while your nervous system is screaming. You rewrite the matrix through awareness, repetition, truth, love, and new evidence. If your program says, "My voice is not safe," speak one honest sentence today. If your program says, "I am not worthy," let yourself receive love without earning it. If your program says, "Money is evil," learn to hold money with wisdom, service, and integrity. If your program says, "I am powerless," make one conscious choice that proves otherwise. Small choices are spiritual warfare, not against people, against unconsciousness. Neo did not become free because someone told him the matrix existed. He became free because he chose to see. That is the invitation, not to hate your past, not to blame your parents forever, not to become arrogant because you discover spirituality, but to remember, you are not merely the character in the program. You are the awareness behind the character. You are not here to sleepwalk through inherited fear. You are here to remember who you are, create from love, and experience this life awake. So ask yourself today, what part of my life is truly mine? And what part is just old code? Because the moment you can see the matrix inside you, you have already begun to wake up.